We are live for the 19th episode or 18th episode of the
Let's Go podcast. First ever episode post spring season. We had a championship recap, but we never had a post spring season episode. So we're excited to announce that we are going to be going strong with these podcasts. We don't plan on stopping anytime soon. We got a lot of great feedback, and we have a lot of fun podcasts coming your way. We want to, again, mention Evo Care Group, our league sponsor, for starting us off and believing in us before we had anything. Thank you to Evo. And yeah, let's get started.
So we are here with the great shortstop, a real stud of a man named Shmuel Aidelson. He is a redhead. He is quasi-yeshivish, but man, he can play short. He's arguably an A-League shortstop, in my opinion. I really think he needs to test his skills. One of the things I learned this year is that for people who are, have the basic level of talent needed, it's really about getting the reps and getting the work under their belt. So Shmuel, I hope you move in that direction eventually. But more immediately, we played together in the spring Blacksox season, which ended in crushing disappointment with our loss to the Crew. So what did you think of our spring season, Shmuel? And welcome to the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here. Let me jump back first for a second to this A-League talk, Titan League, A-League. I've just played for Rada, so wherever Rada puts me is where I am, right? So now you have to look at the bigger picture here. So Rada strategically, right? He's got Zinn, he's got some of his other guys. So he strategically chose me as the guy to throw into the Legacy League. So I think I've played, like if I played Wednesday night, is that?
Wait, Rada doesn't have Zinn anymore. Rada lost Zinn.
Did he? I'm not in the hot.
No, Shmuel, Wednesday night wouldn't be good enough. Wednesday night's also considered the Legacy League of the five.
Who's Rada's B-League shortstop?
Are you asking me? I have no idea.
I have no clue.
No. We have to find out. So
I know they had a big win over the Robins last night.
Yeah, that's true. They did. So you follow Rada. Do you have some kind of legal arrangement with him?
Not that I know of. We go way back. He was my league coach in Simcha Day Camp back in 5th grade, which is 15 years ago. And then he was my teacher in May. That was, many of his players have got that one. So, I don't care to shop around. So I play with him whenever I play. So whether it's I commit to a season or I sub, he determines where to put me and where to get me playoff eligible. So.
Have you played in the night league?
I played Wednesday nights. It could be I subbed for him in some of the other night ones, but honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so you're there are child labor laws. If he signed you into some kind of contract, when you were in like 5th grade or something, blink twice.
He drafted me in high school. He said, I need you to come out to my. No,
So you play where Rada goes. Okay, so that's number one. What's number two?
Okay, so number two. So let's talk about the last season.
Mm-hmm.
Look, honestly, it was a good season. We had a lot of fun. As you know, we had a lot of good guys on our team, a lot of good personalities. Big shout out to the Syrians.
By the way, we'll be bringing their own team to the fall league, the fall night league.
Right.
So that should be a lot of fun.
Might be a little hush-hush, but they're trying to recruit me, so now it's a little bit. Now we're talking about our first battle between Rada and them.
Rada's convinced that he's not bringing a Blacksox team to the fall night league. We'll see if that actually happens. Because Rada brings a team to every single league, but Rada's convinced he's not going to.
He's going to have FOMO and he's going to bring a team. He's a competitive guy, low key.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So.
By the way, I'm playing on that Syrian team, Shmuel. So if you want to, how much did you enjoy playing alongside me at second? I was at second, Shmuel, you were at short. We could do that the whole fall, baby.
I had a lot of fun. I'm totally okay with that. So I will keep it in mind. So we had a good squad. We had a lot of fun. When it got down to it, first round of the playoffs, I think we took care of business pretty easily. But when we hit the Crew, they were very good. They really were very good, and I think we just saw they had better talent than us. So it was a little disappointing to lose and to be out, but happens.
And
It's
now there's a
and it's a
chance.
lot of
Now there's
fun.
a chance. There's a chance now, and I don't know if it'll happen or not. But we saw with Ariel Cohen taking the leap and basically saying they're ready for the Titan League Tier 1 next year. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked the other way, but it definitely may not be a surprise if the Crew were also to head to the Titan League. We'll see. But this may have been the only shot you guys will ever had of taking down the Crew.
Well, maybe
So
the
we'll
Black
see what
Sox are
ends up
moving to the
happening.
Titan League. Avi, why are you throwing shade at the Black Sox?
I don't know. I wouldn't say semifinal knockouts deserve to be bumped up to the.
Saying it's going to take a little more. So, Shmuel, how long have you been playing shortstop? Is that your primary position? Because you moved around the field a lot.
Well, you
last
play a
year.
lot
What's
of
your
third base, no?
So Avi, I think you know me in Rome. I think I was playing third base,
Yeah.
and I think you were also. We were kind of like competing
How
in
old
that
are you,
way.
Shmuel?
I'm a year younger than Avi. I'm 25. I was born in
Oh, so
'98.
you guys are basically the same age. Okay.
Yeah, at this point.
So wait, let me interrupt you just for a second. Is Avi a Roman Move legend?
I think he was. I wasn't like I'm not cool like that. Where I don't know like the Hawk. I don't know who's cool, who's
Schmool was
not.
only
So
how long were you in Rome for? Only there for
I
how
was
long were
there
you there
5
for?
years. 5 years.
Yeah.
Not that long.
Yeah.
I stuck to myself.
Years is not that long. What kind of cult is it?
It is, by the way.
I,
It is.
you have guys who start going there. Their families have bungalows, so they start going to the day camp, and then like they hit like third grade, fourth grade, they're already going to sleepaway camp, right? So then you go all the way through ninth, 10th grade. You're already talking like 8, 9 years there, and then if you become a staff member, you're basically there your whole life.
Yeah, I had friends. I had many friends who were there for like 16 years. Like Yaakov Sabo, he was. I'm not sure if he's in day camp there, but he definitely was there from juniors straight through the last year I was there. So he was there for like 7 years as a camper, and then 5 years as staff. And if you're in day camp, you're already talking 12 to 15 years. It's pretty crazy. I was there
Yeah,
for 10.
exactly. So there's a lot of time there. So okay, as you might have heard already this season, I'm itching to pitch. I'm dying to pitch. I love pitching. And Avi, I know I heard you're a legendary pitcher also. I would love to hit off of you. But
Yeah.
I'm dying to pitch. But again, Rada's in charge, so with his calculations, he'd rather
Do
me
you
play
feel like
shortstop.
you're in an abusive relationship? I'm a therapist.
No, I think I play for the team. That's how I'm doing it. So
Uh-huh.
gotta trust the coach.
I'll tell you like this. Something I've noticed, captaining a little bit now, and also just more involved in talking to a lot of guys and having guys on the podcast. As outstanding a pitcher as you might be, it's so hard to find talent on the left side of the infield. I think much harder than finding talent in the outfield. Avi, do you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I do, and I'll tell you why. It's the left side of the infield is the most important position on the team because two reasons. Not only is that I think that's where the ball's hit most often, but that's where the ball's hit hardest most often. So it's not really about. I mean, it's about importance, but it's also about the reason behind why it's so important. Meaning, there's, the left side of the infield takes the most heat from any position, and it takes the most balls. So you need somebody. You need fielders there who are, in my opinion, the most capable out of all the fielders in the field. Because the outfield is very important, obviously. Extremely important, right? Someone hits a deep drive, you don't run it down, it's a home run. A guy hits a ground ball at third, it's an error, it's a single. But it's a lot easier to find guys to hold down the outfield and to find guys to hold down, third base and shortstop consistently. Because that's our ball.
Why is that? Why is that?
Why is that? That's easier to find outfielders?
Yeah.
Reaction time. Third and
It's
short,
reflex.
you have a really, really quick reflexes.
So Shmuel reflexes like a cat.
You have to have a great aim. You have to have a great arm. You have to have great reflexes. You have to have great hand-eye coordination. I'm not saying it doesn't take a lot of talent to play in the outfield. It takes a lot of talent. You got to read the ball well off the bat. You got to be fast. You got to have a good arm. You got to have a good glove. But the ball's not coming at you nearly the same speed, the same reaction time. The pressure of shorter third is so much greater because of you have to get the ball, get it, and fire it. There's no waiting on it. Guy hits a base into the outfield half the time. You're throwing the ball in. You know where you're going beforehand. It's not so. But it's really mostly not about the talent. It's mostly about the consistency. Balls are hit to third and short a lot more than they're hit to the outfield. So you just got to be ready and on your game at all times.
That's what they've been saying, and I say okay. I'm not going to fight it.
They've been saying what? They don't want to move you off of that position.
They say it's hard, a lot of balls, da da da. come on, if I'm going to pitch, nobody's hitting the ball. But I can just, joking around. But I'm not going to make that statement. But
I mean, did you see Shmuel pitch at Romumu?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. You never pitched in Rome for the team. So when you
Definitely
were there,
not.
was I pitching already when you were there? Was I at my first summer on the team? I was at third. Whatever. My first summer on the team.
I never even played on the team. I wasn't there that old. I was there, I
Didn't
think
you
the
play
latest
at
I was
third
there
a
was,
little bit one summer?
I don't think
You
it was
did.
for the original team.
You did. Think a little bit. Maybe not. But my first
I don't
summer,
know if I wasn't old enough.
my first summer, I was a replacement at second base, and with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and like the third inning, guy had a pop up night activity in front of the whole camp. It was like raining that day, so the grass was slippery, and as many people know, I don't wear cleats due to being scarred when I was a little kid. And I backed up to catch a pop up, and I slipped on the grass, and the ball hit me in the head. 3 runs scored, and I got pulled from the game that inning. One of the most devastating moments of not only my camp career, but probably my life, because it was like my dream to be on the Romo team. And next year, the person who ran the Romo team left, and he was the third baseman. And that was my position at the time. I was always a fantastic third baseman. I had to play second the year before because he was at third. But he left, so I joined third base. And the first game, our pitcher got rocked. We had like 20-plus runs or something. I'm like, what the heck? I could pitch. Or at least I could try to get it over. And that's how it all started. But, yeah, that was a crazy ride. So I was playing third base for a while, for many years, until like I was maybe 15 in Rome or something like that. Until like 10 years ago, 16.
Shmuel, what was your evolution?
So here we go. So I actually started by playing in my backyard. I used to play like wiffle ball, and then became like tennis ball with like a plastic bat, but a tennis ball.
I love wiffle ball. Nothing better than wiffle
Yeah.
ball, Shmuel.
Yeah, it's too fake for me. Like I went from wiffle ball to tennis ball to baseball, not softball. I actually went to baseball. So wiffle ball was like this is like a joke. Like I can't. The ball doesn't fly normally. It's not consistent enough. So I actually remember that my parents were like, "Oh, we have a surprise for you. Like there's a local hardball league. Like do you want to play?" And I was like, the dream is I literally was playing 1-on-1 baseball in my backyard. So that was like a big moment for me. I think I was in 4th grade then. So I played baseball. It was a local
What was
league.
the name of that league? What was the name of that hardball league?
Hewlett Woodmere Little League.
Okay.
Local league here, not a Jewish league. When I started, there weren't that many Jewish kids in the league. It's actually mostly public school kids. And that was my first official experience, but playing in my backyard. So I always pitched in my backyard. And I played, the league had a rule of 6-inning games, and you weren't allowed to pitch the whole game. It was a 2-inning limit on pitching.
I've heard about that recently from somebody. I was talking with, that's what it was. I was talking with one of the parents of our youth, actually the same parent who gave me that great quote about the hustling but not putting too much pressure. So he was saying that his nephew plays in a hardball league. Which league was this? Which league was this, Shmuel?
Hewlett Woodmere Little League.
It could be it's the same league. And he was
Are you
saying
talking about Seth Fishman?
No, I'm not. No, this is one of the
I
fathers.
played with all of Seth's boys.
Really?
We were on the league
This is one of the
together.
fathers of our youth league boys. Anyway, so he told me that like he's watching the nephew, but they only allowed to have a certain amount of pitches, and even the catchers only allowed to have a certain amount of throwbacks to the pitcher or something. Like some real strict rule.
So yeah, the pitching, they was 6-inning games. You weren't allowed to pitch 2 innings a game. So that was automatically we lost of it. Nice.
That's okay. Continue. He'll get back on.
So that was automatically a limit on how much I could pitch. So once I couldn't pitch, I mean, they put me into. I played a lot of catcher and I played a lot of shortstop. All valuable positions. And again, this league there was stealing. Right, so catcher actually mattered. You actually had to throw people out. You had to keep them on the base. So that's where I started. Then once I got to the older section of the league, you were allowed to pitch 3 innings. So then I was pitching 3 innings. Now already at this time, like, Sunday afternoons I was playing this, but then you had all the kids from school, everybody's playing softball, like in the local school softball leagues. So then I started playing with my friends on some of the local softball leagues. That was kind of like my first start in softball. But even then they put me in third base, shortstop, because it was, the dads were pitching. So it's kind of like this interesting mix. But then we got older, then I started pitching, and then, to go to camp. So it was always this mix of shortstop, third base, pitcher for when I was playing, and that was between softball and baseball. For example, I went to yeshiva in Israel, so we obviously joined the softball league there, and I pitched. We had a great shortstop.
Who?
Pitched. Shuey Parnas.
Ah,
You know Shuey
I love
Parnas?
hearing these
It's not
names.
him.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
brings bells for me. It's nice.
So it's a cute team. We were the Florida Georgia line, because Shuey's from Georgia. We had some team members from Florida, and we actually won the championship. Give a shout out there. I was the winning pitcher
Oh,
in the
really?
championship. Yeah. Take that
Who'd you
shout out.
beat in the championship? Who'd you beat in the championship?
I don't remember. That's that's the
Who's
difference
the
I think between
Who's
me
the
and you,
best
Avi.
player on that team?
On our team,
Clemson.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, come on, give me someone who stands out. I want some memories.
I'm very self-absorbed. I really, honestly, I was a big fan of myself. I was one of the top hitters on the team. I was a rock star pitcher. I was having multiple strikeouts a game. So I give myself a lot of credit for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of the evolution. So I always played that left side of the infield and pitcher. Now I played elsewhere, like just naturally, like, I played every other position also, but those are my best.
Welcome back, Dave.
Yeah, I've been in and out. Some tech issues. So Shmuel, this Sunday, Yaakov Goltz, might not be able to pitch for the Blacksox, so there might be an opening.
Yaakov pitched?
Our opening pitcher got off to a shaky start, so Yaakov was put in, and he comported himself pretty well. Unfortunately, we didn't back him up in the field, so we made some key errors. So Shmuel, getting back to your evolution, so where do you go for? You said you went to South. Where do you go for elementary? That's where you know Rabbi Rada from.
No, I know him from high school. I went to Yeshiva Ketana, Long Island here in the 5 towns, for middle school, and then high school I went to May. Some of the older chaver like your age will know it as South Shore, but it's specifically as Yaakov. Yaakov Goltz and I were in the same class together. We played softball in high school together.
What did you just
yeah.
call him?
Yaakov Goldstein.
Oh, Yaakov Goldstein, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's how he knew you. Okay,
Yeah,
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay, so he knew the full story. So about you. And then where'd you go in Israel?
I went to Merkaz Torah.
Americas. How long were you there?
2 years.
It's so funny, Avi, as like Avi, you were never in Chavetz Chaim in Israel, right?
No, I was in Chavetz Chaim everywhere else. Brooklyn.
Everywhere else. So it's so funny. We've had so many guys on the podcast who like talk about their Israel sports days, and in Chavetz Chaim you weren't allowed to participate in any league. It was against the yeshiva rules. So some guys
Chavetz Chaim in Israel or Chavetz Chaim everywhere?
In Israel, you're allowed to.
And is it not when I was there? You weren't. Not
Now
when I
they
was
are.
there.
Don't they have a football team?
Yeah.
They have a football team.
And they play during Seder. How do they do it?
No, there's Friday afternoon games, I think.
Oh, it's Friday.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Friday, Motzei Shabbos. It's not.
Motzei Shabbos, we had Seder when I was there.
Oh my God!
In fact, we used to have so much Seder that it was sometimes. I'm not making this up. There was sometimes a 4-hour Motzei Shabbos Seder, followed by a mandatory Malava Malka.
A little much, Golly.
I think right now.
That's how I ended up the way I am, Shmuel.
I say, who signed you up for that?
I think right now it's 3 hours. It's either 3 hours post Havdalah or until 10 o'clock.
Oh, in Chavetz Chaim Israel.
No, in Queens right now.
Oh, in Queens.
They very well might follow the same format. I don't know.
Yeah, they really didn't want guys playing in sports because like girls supposedly would show up to the games and things like that.
Yeah, we had a little bit of that, but like, I don't think it's good because come on, like if a guy's got something going on with a girl, anyways, like he doesn't need his sports game to like have her show up. Whatever. I'm not.
There were a few Chavetz Chaim of Queens representations Sunday morning spring league. They did show up 45 minutes late to morning Seder, and they did get permission. So we're breaking them in a little bit, slowly but surely. With this new basketball league in the fall, we'll have a couple of them leaving Seder a little bit early. Maybe we'll see.
It's funny, I guess we could get into that scuffle a little bit. It's going to be a wide-ranging conversation. It's complicated. They're running a complicated operation. Certainly when I was in yeshiva, they didn't want any kind of missing Seder for any kind of extracurricular. Maybe that's changing a little bit. But the schedule was so intense when I was there, almost to the point of seeming unreasonable.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of the mashgichim there who like deal more individually with guys. Like I don't think they'll make like a public statement like whoever wants could leave to play ball Sunday morning and come half an hour late to Seder. But if you talk to Rebbe and you feel like you need it, I'm sure. I think that's what happened with the spring league. I think a couple guys went over to the mashgiach there and told them that there's a softball league going on. It's it'll mean me coming half an hour late to morning Seder on Sunday morning, and he allowed them to go. So
That's pretty cool.
it's
That's pretty cool.
maybe back in the day it was more intense. It could be still is a little tense, but I think there definitely is. Like for example, like if I was when I was in yeshiva in Queens, like I personally I just did it, but like there are many guys who like played softball who just went to whoever the mashgiach was and told them they feel like they needed it and didn't give them an issue about it. But yeah, you're right. Like I don't think they would send Chavetz Chaim teams out to play in leagues like Wednesday night at 8 o'clock in the middle of Seder. Like, for sure not.
Yeah. So Shmuel, what were your yeshiva experiences like?
My cousin's pretty not too intense. It was a pretty more on the chilled side, self-guided growth. And then after Marcus, I went to Shir Yashiv. So if you're familiar at all with Shir Yashiv, it's already much more of a free for all, not in a bad way, but
tumult.
Some guys like you have some guys who are there all three Siddharim every single day, and that's their mahal. And you have some guys who are there for like first Seder and second Seder, but they also go to college a couple nights a week. So then second Seder is already only a couple nights a week. You have guys who are dating at night, so like they never go to night Seder. You guys who live locally that only go to first Seder. So like you have a lot of different schedules. So they're not like controlling in that way of like, oh, if you're not here for three Siddharim a day on time, we're kicking you out. So I had a lot more flexibility in that way, and so I've been playing for a while on that.
Dave?
What do you? I got distracted with something on my phone. The political world is very hot right now, as you
What's
guys
going
know.
on? So listen,
What?
what's the new news?
That key Biden ally said that Biden is considering dropping out.
Oh,
of the
really?
race.
That is big news.
Yeah.
Listen, Dave,
Shmuel,
I would say
yeah.
I'm disappointed that you're distracted by something during the podcast, but I have to admit I've been pretty distracted as well. By the way, speaking of distracted, I got to give two quick shout-outs. It's the last day. First of all, shout out to me because it's the last day of the Chavetz Chaim campaign. I still have another $50,000 I need to raise in the next 12 hours, and I'm sitting here doing the HSL podcast. It shows my dedication. That's the first shout-out. Second shout-out.
By the way.
What happened?
If you get this published pretty quickly, maybe we'll get some donations from the podcast.
Yeah, we should attach the link, by the way. The second shout out is to second and third shout outs combined is to Shmuel Aidelson and Moshe Schwartzberg. They both saw my or heard about my status that I needed one more donor in order to even get onto this podcast. I refused to come on until I got the donation, and they both tied and they both came in together with two huge donations. So thank you, Moshe Schwartzberg and Shmuel Aidelson, for allowing me to actually take part in this HSL episode 18 or 19 podcast. So thank you guys so much. And if you're watching this and it's still Wednesday, July 3rd, please donate so I can raise $50,000 today and get to $500,000 all time. All right, pitch over.
Shmuel, and also big shout out to Shmuel, who's at work and he jumped outside for a few minutes to entertain us.
I know you're doing this during work. Wow.
What do people usually do from like, I don't know, 9 to 5?
No one works. No one works.
I mean, Golly, I know what you do, so you do have a little flexibility. I mean, obviously, I don't know what you do, but like,
I do HSL.
Right. So there you go. So yeah, I mean, I don't own my own company, so yeah, I'm on.
Not
on the
yet.
clock
Not
here.
yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet.
So Shmuel, how is your HSL revamped HSL experience been so far?
It's been I've genuinely enjoyed my time so far in the league. I like the logo; it's kind of cute, the HSL logo. So it adds a little more color to the jerseys. We've had these just gray and black jerseys, so it adds a little more color. But in general, I'm a huge fan. I've had a great time.
Nice.
I really have nothing. I'm happy to say I don't have anything to complain about. Obviously, everybody could say I wish I had better umps. I wish I did it, but like umps are fine. The fields, it's fun. I feel like I'm on a travel league with all these different fields that we're playing in, so that's been fun too. Good guys all around, good spirit in the field. I don't think anybody takes it too seriously. So everybody's there to have a good time. And so just having a lot of fun. It's been a really good outlet for me, and I've been really enjoyed my Sunday mornings, and maybe my wife's not as happy as I am, but I've been
Wait,
really
how
enjoying
long
my
have you
time.
been playing? Is this your first year in the HSL?
Yeah, that's Rada. Whatever league we've been in is what I've been in. So I've been playing with
Because I
Rada.
don't remember playing. You played with the Blacksox last year. Avi, did Shmuel ever sub with
Maybe in
us
the
last
summer, and definitely not in the spring.
year?
Yeah, I don't think I signed up for spring last year. I think last year I was in the summer. Um, so yeah, but I've been playing around. I've been subbing, even if not officially signed up. I've been
Yeah.
subbing. So whichever. I don't know when HSL officially. I don't know when the revamp.
This year, spring was the first.
This year was the revamp.
Okay, so there you go. So I don't know. I guess before it was. Obviously I still knew Ariel and like that he was still a big face. Prior to this year, so that was the classy people. But yeah, so far, big fan. Really, honestly, having the status with the highlights is cute. I like the podcast. I think it's fun. I think it gives like a little bit of a community sense to the league, so that's cool. I hope you guys keep doing that. And yeah, good umpires. I like the 9 inning games. Please don't change that because I'm getting the bang for the buck. It's about having fun, and another chance at bat and more plays in the field is fun. If we could start on time, I think that's a big one. Obviously,
Yeah, Javi, this has really started slipping through the cracks, and it was a
it
huge
was the first
thing
week of
that
the
we.
season. It was the first week of the season, so I'm not. Like, a lot of the guys on the team were new. I'm not so.
We really got to initiate.
It's something very concerning.
I think the
to
only
me.
way to
I
do
think
it.
there should be a firm, and it needs to be on
We
top
got to
of
copy the MSL model. We got to copy the MSL model. It's got to be for, let's say, an 8 o'clock game. No inning starts past 9:45. Period.
Yeah, that period. Yeah, it was very.
Period.
I didn't get home. I had an 8 a.m. game last
And
week.
Dave,
I didn't get home until
I
11:30.
believe, like, I know there's a lot of whatever about, you can't start a game if a team.
I don't understand that. Yeah,
It makes
Dom
no sense.
says
If a
that.
team has
Dom,
four guys,
does anybody besides Dom say that?
I don't know. I got to speak to Dom about it. If there's a team with 4 guys, that team must go into the field or hitting whatever the other team wants with 4 guys.
Yeah,
like
I
at 8
agree
o'clock, the game should. Or let's say you want us to go, 8:05 until and no inning past 9:50. But it's got to be no inning past.
Well,
Period.
I don't think we should be penalized. Like we had a slow game this past week. I don't think we should be penalized for having a slow game.
But
we have. But there's no other choice. There's no other choice.
I
shouldn't-
25 minutes late.
Even a slow game. If a slow game starts at 8 o'clock, you should be able to get a 9 inning game in an hour and 50 minutes. There's no question.
Yeah.
Especially if you go
we
quicker
started
than
close
2
to
innings.
8:30, Shmuel. I think we.
I'll tell you, in Muncie, in the MSL, Game 1 starts at 7:30. No inning past 9:10. Game 2 starts 9:15. No inning past 10:50. And guess what? 88 to 90% of the games complete all 9 innings because the game starts sharp. In between innings is 35 seconds max, and it's fine, and it works. And that's it. Done.
All right, Shmuel. Let me ask you some controversial questions now.
Okay.
Who's the best? Who's the best pitcher you faced last season?
Ariel in the All-Star game. That was it. I mean, nobody else was special. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I didn't play Avi, but
Who's the best hitter that you saw? You might not know them.
No, from what you saw.
Who's the best hitter I saw? The most powerful hitters that I remember, honestly, was from the crew. I feel like, honestly, a big shout out to their entire team because almost every single one of them got up and they were just hitting the ball extremely hard.
They were mashing the ball, yeah.
So they really hit well.
I was going to say the crew had, in my opinion, should I say this? It's a very bold call. I think that the crew have 2 of the most Titan caliber hitters in all the Legacy League, in Chesky Itzkowitz and Shuadani. I think those 2 hitters are the most Titan level hitters, or right up top with anyone else.
Have you seen Shmuel Aidelson hit?
Could be Shmuel's up there also. I've seen Shmuel hit. Shmuel hits it hard. But these
By the
guys
way, I don't know if you noticed. Can you see Shmuel Aidelson's title?
I just see it says Shmuel Aidelson.
Oh, it only says it on my end. Okay, I think when the pod comes out, you'll see it.
What does it say?
It says stud shortstop, but now I'm going to change it to Titan League level hitter.
I think that's because you put me as that. That wasn't my doing.
I know, of course, obviously. Okay, next controversial question. Who's the worst hitter that you've seen in the league? No, just kidding. Okay.
Anybody? First of all, let's give Rada a big shout out because when it comes down to it, this past week we were a tight game. Even with the errors, tight game. We're down by 1 run, 2 runs in the last 3-4 innings. And first of all, bad fact for the team: we stranded, bases loaded 3 times in the game at the end of the inning. So that's horrible. But big shout out because Rada came to plate, and right after his brother got a hit. Pretty sure knocked it a run, and Rada came to plate. and bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-2 pitch, and he struck out looking. Okay, so if you want to think about out for the season, it's probably gonna be the worst at bat in our team for the whole season.
Shmuel Brado, you gotta love it. Wait,
But-
which brother? This is the brother who sends his kid to our youth league, Dave?
Probably. His name is.
What's his first name?
His
Mordecai?
younger brother,
Morty.
was
Morty.
it Morty?
Morty,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I saw him. He said he hasn't played ball since he got married in like 10 years or whatever. He was so excited to get back into it. I'm happy to hear he got an RBI.
I got to speak up in defense of Rada because he. It's so funny. I actually don't mind seeing Shmuel up in a big spot because he has amazing pitch selection, and he very rarely has a bad at bat. And he's never going to hit for power. He's never going to impress you. But when you
I'm
look
not
at his
calling him
number,
the worst hitter. I'm just giving him a shout out for a really bad experience. I think everybody can laugh at.
So you're saying we lost the game because of him?
No, well, we also lost the game for other reasons, like a bad decision to run home, a lot of errors made in the field. I'm saying there was plenty of reasons why
that
we
decision
lost.
to run home, and now he's getting MRIs because of that.
Oh, is that really what's happened? Oh, man.
What happened?
Somebody,
Somebody killed a ball to knock in the run, and they made it 8-7, and they got to third base, and they decided to run home. There was a throw to the plate for the previous runner. The ball was a bad throw. So there was a little indecision on whether to run home or not. He ended up deciding to run home, and A was out. First of all, I was up next with a man on third with 1 out. You can assume I'm going to knock him in one way or another. Bottom of the 8th inning, down 8-7. So it was a bad decision to run anyways. But then he got out, and also hurt himself. And he was one of the important players in the team. So not bad overall awareness.
Yeah, Avi, is the expression never make the second out of the inning at third base? Is that the expression?
You never make the second out of the inning at third base.
Right, yeah. He made the second
Well,
out.
no, it's not. That's not the expression. The expression is
Third out of the
never
inning?
make the third out of the inning at third base. But you don't want to make the second out.
I don't know. I don't understand that expression.
The expression is the reason why it
Second
makes
out
sense.
makes a lot more sense to me.
No, it doesn't. The third out makes a lot more sense because on a single, you're scoring from second or third regardless. You don't take a risk
Oh, okay.
to get the third with 2 outs if you're probably going to score on a single regardless. Base hit.
Okay, got it. All right, Shmuel, we got to go in a minute.
Wait, but hold on. So shout out for worst batter. Anybody who misses the ball in softball is the worst batter.
Oh, I agree. That's my biggest rant. Swinging and missing in softball. Oh,
Really?
Oh,
It's a bomb pitcher who's amazing and belongs.
Not
like,
on a strikeout. On a.
how do you miss the ball? The ball's huge.
You get fooled on it. You get fooled on a changeup. It happened to me last
Dave,
night.
stop. No way.
Like, I know, Avi. Maybe it's
I
hard
agree.
for us to understand. It's just like I don't know.
Against fantastic pitchers who have really good movement and are throwing it really fast and you're
Maybe.
behind the count, maybe. But that's like a really big maybe.
Interesting. I gotta think about that a little more. I always thought of it as striking out, looking or swinging is a bad look.
That
but
is
I
bad
didn't
also.
think I didn't think a mid at bat strike.
No, that's
because,
very bad also, Dave. In softball,
No, I hear
anything
you
close
guys are
is 2
saying.
strikes.
No, you got. No. I never thought that swinging and missing on a strike 1 or 2 was embarrassing.
It's
Strike
not baseball.
3, yes.
It's softball.
Yeah.
Softball. Yeah, I gotta think about that.
There
Okay.
are pitchers who move the ball a good 6 inches, but like even that, like the ball is this big. You should be able to make contact, you know?
Right.
A foul
Okay, next
ball,
question.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Shmuel, who's the bet of the Syrian? You have 5 seconds to answer this question. I'm going to count it. Of the Syrians, who is the best hitter?
I don't even think that's a question. Joey's the best hitter.
Okay, wow.
He's got the
All right,
he's got
next
the hardest, and he's watching, but that's not why I'm saying this. But he's
How
got
about that?
he's got the hardest slap. He's a lefty, which gives you a little more fun. The outfield's not necessarily as strong in right field, right center field. But he's got a hard shot. He doesn't like when he hits it. He hits the hard line drive. He's not hitting like Papa. And he's
What's a
quick.
slap? What does it mean the hardest slap?
Like you hit the ball hard. Slap.
Okay,
Slap
fine.
the ball.
Next.
Dave, you
Which
ever heard the
is-
expression slap hitter?
Yeah, but he said a hard slap. That doesn't sound like a good thing. A slap hitter is usually a guy. I thought a slap hitter is somebody who can't really hit for power.
No, it means you're
hit the
hitting
ball
it-
strong.
no. Yeah, hit the ball
It means
hard.
you're hitting the ball strong. Okay.
Yeah.
A slap hitter.
I don't even
Wow,
know that's
guys,
an official
I'm
phrase.
learning
Baseball,
so much on. Guys,
baseball, you
I'm
could
learning
say whatever
so
you
much.
want. Hold on, you taught me this week. You were like, "Oh, it's a can of corn." What was the phrase?
Okay, the umpire Mark used that. What is a slap hitter? Let's
I'm
see what
Googling it right
says.
now.
Hitting on the target's a specific spot in the field.
Slap hitters have shorter, slower swings and keep their eye on the ball until bat meets ball.
Yeah,
So
even if they don't hit the ball to the park often, it's somebody
Yeah,
who
you're
doesn't
right.
hit.
So Shmuel, you're wrong with that expression.
that's fine. That's fine. I'll be wrong.
Shmuel, you've come.
No,
Shmuel,
the goal with slap hitter is to punch a line drive through the infield.
So it's
okay,
not-
that's
okay.
a.
It allows a left-handed hitter to have many tools to use to put pressure on the defense. All right.
I didn't mean
Okay.
it for that. I just meant he hits the
Well,
ball hard.
Shmuel,
and he hits
this
it low.
podcast, I don't know if you know, this is a very high level podcast. You know, if you're going to come on and you're going to start saying things, you know, we have real time. We're like CNN. We have real time fact checking. That's what we have going on here.
I'm fine with that.
You're fine with that. Okay, next question. Who of the Syrians is the best fielder? And
I don't know. I view P. Allen.
He's very good.
They're equal in my eyes. Joey and I were competing for shortstop, so I can't give him a good rating. But and Cass, honestly, Cass was solid in right field, and he actually at pitcher he made his plays. He got his pop ups, he got his ground balls, you know, his hit back. So I'll give him some credit. Throw Cass out there.
so that's a very diplomatic answer.
Yeah, that's what I think.
All right. What areas of improvement for the HSL?
I don't think. I mean, look, I'm talking from Legacy League. I don't feel like there's any major changes that are needed. I like I said before, I think it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun every week. But I guess if we could be a little more efficient, we spoke about that. If some of the umpires, you know, it's like it's a little bit much. I'd rather put up somebody else. You know, but that would be my only critique. Maybe is the umpires, and I understand it's hard to get umps. I like the different fields. It can get a little annoying sometimes, like because it can be a little bit of an unfair advantage based on the team you're playing. It's kind of a luck of the draw which field you get. But I get that also. But
How do you see that? How spell it out for me?
now you talk about your field with a bigger outfield, a field with a fence, a field with uneven bases, a field with a bigger infield. I mean, it's just nuances. I'm not complaining. I would never say that we lost a game or a season because of that. Totally not. You know, ever gonna say. I'm not gonna say something as drastic as that. But if you want to talk about consistency of the game, that would be if we can get a.
I'll give you an example, Dave. So a team like Annie's Kitchen, who happened to get blown out this past week, I think they let up like 10 runs in one inning. So I really don't count that as blowout. They lost like 14-3, but like there's literally 11 runs. I think it was more. I think it was 11 runs in one inning. So the College Point field, the fence, a little bit further than Peck, but it's a shorter fence. That Annie's Kitchen team, they don't have the most dynamic offense, but they have 3 or 4 guys who could pop them over like it's nothing. So, like, you're playing them at a field like Chestnut, it's a totally different game as opposed to a field like College Point, where 5 pop-ups could lead to, 5 3-run home runs.
Yeah. So it makes a difference. But so, like, that but again, I can get why that could be difficult. It's not like we have eight time slots to play with, so.
I do love the perspective, though, of the feels like a travel league. And you get to go to different fields. Like it's an awesome perspective. Usually, I have to go here, I have to go there.
I played it. Part of my baseball is I did play some travel leagues. I didn't go that far. I wasn't that exotic, but like I ended up out on Long Island in a bunch of different fields, different cities. In Long Island.
They didn't have games on Saturday. How did you do that?
One of the teams I was on did have Saturday games. It's a cute story. I played in the Hulu Little League, and then one of the guys I think I knew referred me to this other travel league. And I wanted to play with them. I went for a tryout. They said they would have me. I'm like the only Jewish kid in the league, at least only from kid in the league for sure. And I have like payas, and I mean, like I look Jewish. Everybody else, a lot of black kids, a lot of big kids. I was like I'm short. I'm a little Jewish frame. And I went to the tryout, and I didn't even remember this. My parents told me this. I said it was a lot of fun, but like there's a lot of cursing on the team. I'm not really interested in playing with this. And my parents told the coach sorry, but like he's not interested. And the coach is like, we want him. We're going to tell the kids they have to get their mouths under the control. And he put a hard no cursing rule on the team. And so I ended up playing with them. So for the games that happened on Shabbos, I didn't play. The teams were obviously with the teams that were willing to do it. I did it with. I didn't play on Shabbos. I played the Sunday games.
Do you think the Blacksox should make a no cursing rule?
It's only you. No, it's good. It's good. No, I think it's fine. I think it's clean.
Yeah. I had one other controversial question for you, but now I can't remember it.
Come on, give me something good.
Something good. We got to wrap. I have so much to do.
Okay.
Avi, you have any controversial questions for Aidelson? He's good at them.
No, I don't think so. I think, Shmuel, what's your predictions on the Blacksox for the summer season? You guys think you're taking down Nashville Getaways led by Kamish Aidelman, or the Robins coming off of their spring
Is that
championship?
you? I got so confused because I looked at the schedule. I'm like, it says we're playing at 10 o'clock. Why is everyone saying we're playing at 8? I didn't realize that we weren't in Nashville this season. Last season we're in Nashville.
Now we're in Nashville
Okay.
Getaways.
I am your chef.
Wait, so
Spelled
Avi, you're
wrong on the
playing?
schedule.
You're playing? I'll get to hit against you?
This Sunday I'm not. We actually have a big game against Blue Eye. It was my kid turned 1 today. Shout out to my son.
Mazel tov.
Daniel Zacharia Edelman. His birthday is today. So.
Wait, your kid is 1, not 2? Me and Dom were trying to figure that out last night. Okay.
Only 1. Still only 1. So we're going to a deal for the
I have to
weekend.
text Dom.
I'm actually playing this deal tournament on Thursday. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to deal for the weekend. We're celebrating his birthday on Sunday. We have a big game against the Blue Wahoos this Sunday, which I'm not pitching in. But the answer, Shmuel, is I recruited one of the top players from the crew, Michael Cohn, who's on my team. So we're really going to be splitting pitching time depending on who we're playing against. And but in the playoffs,
who pitched game 1? You pitched game 1 or Michael?
I started first 3 innings, and Michael pitched the last couple before we ended up.
How did Michael do?
Pitched good. He pitched well. No runs. We shut them out. So he pitched well, and he's going to be pitching against the Blue Wahoos. It's going to be a very tough matchup. The Blue Wahoos have a really good hitting team. They added Zalman Pollock as a regular this time around. He's a very good hitter. Also, a tremendous help for our HSL youth. So we thank you, Zalman, for that. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm clearing my schedule for the Blacksox and for the Robins. So
yeah, please. I hope I get to hit against you. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't know anything about the other teams.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak bad about our team. I want to. I give us credit.
Why
first
would you
game this
speak
season.
bad about our team?
Well, we had a rough first game, so
yeah, it's true.
But I'm really positive outlook. Let's do it again. Let's some
the
people
teams to be going in are National Getaways, Robins, Blue Wahoos, and Blacksox. Then you got, of course,
we're a team to beat. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. I think those are the top 4. No, I think those are the top 4. I think Scheinman's team is a little bit behind. I think I'll put them at 5. And then Annie's Kitchen, who again is a very big wild card. I think they were much better than they performed in the first week. And then you have also Addictive Ads, who also are a big wild card, because I think they're also a heck of a lot better than they performed the first week. And then you got the team we played last week. They're new, they're fresh, and a lot of them haven't played softball in a while. But I wouldn't be surprised if after a couple weeks they start getting their act together, because they're super athletic.
Which team is that?
We also have a lot of new sponsors to thank, Dave. So we have to get in a separate episode and really shout them out.
Okay.
Because we do have a bunch of new sponsors for the summer softball season.
All right, let's wrap it up, Mr. Aidelman. Any closing thoughts from you, gents?
No, a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys having me here, and
yeah, Shmuel, you're so easy to talk to.
Yeah,
turnaround. It should be posted within an hour or 2.
No, I mean for our season.
Oh, we're on 1. We'll
also, all watchers here, stay tuned very shortly for a special podcast featuring the commissioner. Avi Edelman.
Don't say who.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
what?
The guy you sent me the phone number of. No. You're talking about Harry Edelman. No. Sorry.
Featuring the commissioner, Avi Edelman's little brother, Harry Aidelson, who's a sensation in the Syrian world. We'll talk to him about his abilities and his basketball play. He has a lot of ideas. He has a lot of ideas for the HSL, by the way. Also, a lot of ideas.
It's gonna be a fun podcast. All right, take care, boys.
See you guys.